What is up, YouTube fragrance family and friends? I'm Tommy with Studio Scents. Welcome to another video review today. In fact, today it is time for my 2 cents on 2 scents. Today we're going to be talking about 2 fragrances that will be great for this summer and hopefully something just a little bit different than what's currently in your summer rotation. So when we come back, we're going to take a look at these 2 fragrances together. I'll give you my first impressions on them, see if they're worth picking up, that and more, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back to my 2 cents. Let's get down to brass tacks because I got a couple fragrances we're going to check out today for the first time. We'll be doing this unboxing together. I'll give you my first impressions, let you know what I think about the note breakdown, and if it's worth owning and worth adding to your summer rotation. The very first fragrance we're going to take a look at is from the house of Davidoff. Davidoff Cool Water Game Happy Summer. Let's check out that presentation. This is a perfect bottle because it doesn't have any reflective quality to it. It's completely frosted. Of course, in the back, it's got some indentation. Looks like the layout of a swimming pool to a really nice house. So you pretty much have to be colorblind to not appreciate how cool this bottle looks. It is a really neat gradient from yellow morphing into blue-green and then into a blue. But what's interesting about this bottle that I noticed as I was getting together the art assets to create this video is that this is actually, and I don't know if it's a result of lazy design or if they meant it to be this way. If you take the color wheel that's used in Photoshop, you turn it on its side, this is actually the representation of the gradient in terms of what color you come to next on the color wheel. So it's naturally yellow into green into blue. They're following color theory. Whatever the case is, it turned out to be a pretty cool bottle. At least I think so. This is part of the Happy Summer collection for men and women. Obviously, it's a summertime fragrance, so what can you expect out of a Davidoff summertime fragrance? Well, let's go over that note breakdown. Davidoff Cool Water Game Happy Summer features top notes of grapefruit and watermelon, with heart notes of green apple and violet leaf, resting on a base of guaiac wood, musk, patchouli, and cedar wood. I'll spray it on skin, I'll let it dry down a little bit, and I'll give you my reflections on this fragrance. So far, I like it. Straight out the gate, in the very top of this, you've got grapefruit, watermelon, green apple. Some of my favorite notes when it comes to fruits. Apple, I think, is a fantastic, albeit fantasy note, because it has all the characteristics that we like in fruits. We've got sweet, we've got tart, we've got refreshing, we've got juicy. Of course, watermelon, who doesn't like watermelon? Grapefruit. And as we go into the heart of this, that's where you get a little bit of green, as represented by the gradient in the presentation. We've got that green apple, the violet leaf. And of course, in the base, you've got some really nice woods with a combination of guaiac wood and cedar wood. And then you've got your fixative, which binds all these notes together, and that's patchouli and musk. If you're a fan of watermelon and green apple, then you're gonna love this fragrance. Those are the 2 heavy-hitting notes in this fragrance so far. This is 100% gonna be a casual wear only. This is like a flip-flops on the beach kind of fragrance. It's a fresh spritzer for fresh out of the shower. It's definitely not gonna be a longevity beast for performance, I'm sure. It is discontinued. If you don't own it and you're a fan of fruity, juicy fragrances, specifically watermelon and apple, you might wanna pick this up because it is not gonna be on the market for superbly long amount of time without the cost being ginormous. As you well know, discontinued fragrance prices get super inflated the more the time goes on and the harder that they are to find. I'll leave a link in the description below. Fragrance X is where I picked this up. The violet leaf is plausible in this. I really like the note of iris and violet in terms of floral notes. I think they can be very masculine. It's adding a little bit of a floral essence to a fruity, which is a nice balance. So if you're just jammed with all fruits and then a little bit of woods, that's kind of a dumbed down fragrance. This isn't dumbed down. I like the fact that you've got that violet in there that your nose can specifically pick out and pick up. And then you've got that base of woods, a little bit of earthy patchouli, a little bit of heavier musk. But then you've got the cedar wood and the guaiac wood are the two woods that it's resting on, which is a great combination of woods. It's just a really nice, substantive, woody base to rest some fruits on. So believe it or not, watermelon and woods and violet go together really well. At least this is what I'm getting out of this. So if you like anything about those descriptors that I used, you'll probably really enjoy Davidoff Cool Water Game Happy Summer. Next up, guys, we're going to take a look at a blue fragrance by Nino Cerruti. It is 1881 Bella Notte. Let's check out that presentation. Bella Notte. Pretty night, if I had to hazard a guess. Probably translating that wrong. I think I saw one YouTuber versus this with Dior Sauvage, but I thought that was kind of ballsy because this versus Sauvage is a very inexpensive fragrance. Who knows, maybe it came out on top. I never actually watched the video. But let's talk about the note breakdown. 1881 Bella Notte by Nino Cerruti features top notes of Szechuan pepper, coriander, key lime, and juniper, with heart notes of night blooming jasmine, cinnamon, nutmeg, and black cardamom, resting on a base of cedar, musk, patchouli, and vanilla. I do like this presentation. It's a 100 ml bottle, which Game is also. By the way, this is an eau de toilette, and 1881 is also an eau de toilette. Could this be an oriental fragrance, or is it a blue fragrance with some kind of oriental leanings? Let's go ahead and check out that juice and find out. Test it out. Nice. Okay, this is a very juniper forward fragrance. So it's relying quite heavily on that juniper. It does have a very peppery, very spicy feel to it, but straight off the top, that juniper is really what you get, which is not surprising because you got that Szechuan pepper, you've got the juniper, the coriander, and key lime. So a little bit of citrus in the background there to push forward those spicier notes. Love the opening of this fragrance. That's why earlier I said that this might be leaning a little bit more towards oriental, because in the heart of this, you've got that black cardamom, you've got nutmeg, features some notes that are typically found in oriental fragrances. So this isn't a juniper fragrance. It's an introductory note that kind of recedes to the background as it dries, because it's a top note, and that's what top notes are designed to do. They're just kind of designed to introduce you to the next layer of the experience. It's not an aquatic fragrance, it's not a typical blue fragrance that you'd grab off the shelf. This is what I call an unusual pick, which I love about this fragrance already. It's gonna be a great addition to your summer repertoire if you want something a little bit more unusual, and if you want to grab somebody's attention for something that's below 30 bucks, you can't get better than that. Even if this were to only last 4 to 5 hours, I would still keep my same opinion of this fragrance because it's not based on the performance, it's based on that scent profile. I'm completely aware that I've been holding this backwards for the last, and I don't really care, but I will change it. And 1881 subsequently backwards is exactly the same as it is forwards. This is definitely something that you can wear dressed up as well as you can wear casually. I haven't worn it long enough to know what the scent bubble is going to be like or how far it extends out. Guys, that wraps up my 2 cents for this week. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's video. If you have either one of these, of course, this one is discontinued. If you haven't picked one up, I highly suggest picking one up. There are plenty of these in stock. I'll leave a link below for that one as well. But if you've got any experience with these 2 cents, please let me know what your 2 cents on these 2 cents are as well. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's video. And as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.